Hello, most welcome to Takes Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's edited purpose only, the investment we're going to talk about today will be Ethereum ETH. Respective recording time of 12:57 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum coin trade $4,044, up about 1.7% so far. On the overall crypto market and the equity market, we are seeing the Santa Claus rally in full effect at the moment. Obviously, Santa Claus rally is also known as window dressing or sector rotations among hedge fund community. Subsequent drive more with the support on the media affectation front. If you look at across all the news today, it has been just positive on both the equity side and also on the crypto side. Well, obviously, some selective stocks are still going to be down because it has to be at least curated in a way that looks realistic, right? But obviously, we know, based on our observations so far, that with our spidey sense tingling, today is a full-on effect on both a media affectation, at the same time sector rotations, at the same time Santa Claus rally being driven by obviously the leading effort on the corporate investors, with retail investors also chasing in as well. So with respect to the current level right now, we are about 4,000, right? Attempting to get up to the next level, 4,150. And seems like the bull flag that we see in front of us, it's being formed nicely at the moment, right? So with respect to the overall news front, I would say there are a couple of news that is kind of interesting, but they are more like macroly related news. One is with respect to the FDA, obviously with respect to the healthcare administration on clearing the second at-home COVID treatment from Merck. Right, I cannot really pronounce this at-home treatment. It's like a pill, and I think the pronunciation, and I'm gonna butcher the name completely, it's called Molan anyways, I don't want to even try. But anyways, it's like a medical word, but it's gonna be a pill. I think they're gonna actually translate the medical obviously jargon into a word that's easily digestible, or at least more user friendly. Because I don't know how people can pronounce this name at all. It sounds like a, I don't even know, like Latin or something like that with a mixture of Greek. I don't know. And in addition to that, we also seeing some development or positive progression, I would say, with respect to the COVID Omicron. Seems like the cases are subsiding a little bit more. Seems like the efficacies with respect to vaccine that's been coming out are surprisingly somehow working now, in comparisons to the, I guess, days of just worries and panic. Again, right, we've seen these stories a long time ago, right? We've talked about this for weeks and months now, right? Using our spidey sense, using our logic, right? You thinking yourself that you bought the dips right now, despite how unclear, or frankly, everybody say the opposite, but somehow it came true, right? Because as you use logic and we cancel all the noises, the emotional roller coaster, we stay focused on our mission, we're able to build a relatively nice position, right? I know some of us actually build a nice position for the respective coins and obviously for stocks. I bought more Neo today, and I also bought more Palantir. I bought about 1,000 shares of Palantir. So getting nice. I think we are definitely at a relatively cheap level. Also bought some more Virgin Galactic SPCE in case it seems like it's just like a sleeping giant right now. Obviously with the previous hikes, but if you look at the technicals, these are pretty much at the bottoms right now, right? So in addition to that, let's see the news front to see if there's anything worth mentioning. I would say collectively, not really. I would say just like in the last couple hours so far, just talk about on Market Watch really 41 minutes ago, and the article is not even talk about Ethereum. It's just talk about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. What's in it for 2022? And the article doesn't really say anything about what's happening in 2022, despite the title, it says 2022. It's basically just talk about what's been happening so far, and also talks a little bit about the technicals. So we'll dive into technicals in a bit, right? And surprisingly, that's pretty much it. I think the main news that's really driving the positivity that we're seeing right now is really because of the fact that the Omicron seems like it's at least the scary affectation that we've been seeing so far is kind of minimizing a little bit, and also with the second home COVID treatment that got cleared by the FDA from Merck, got approved, and obviously behind the scenes we know basically all of these news are BS, right? We know that it's a curations from the whales saying that we want to be making our portfolio looking a little bit better. Something called the window dressing. What is it? What's window dressing, right? Why is it called window dressing, you might ask, right? If you are one of those people that go window shopping, like myself, and you pass by the mall, let's say you pass by like a nice store, right? And in the front of the store, you see that the retailer will dress up the entire front of the store, right, to make it look presentable, make it look at least aesthetically pleasing, right, by putting some, I don't know, how would you call it, like lights and artistic features to display the products that they sell to attract people, right? And they do that for hedge fund is basically to buy selective stocks to pump it up more, and obviously work with media companies to influence the market in a way that incentivizes them to buy, and then subsequently as you hype up the market, you see a relatively nice spike at the end, and then closing the book from there, right? Is that Santa Claus rally, right? To make your portfolio looks better, so the return on the year end also looks better. It's like kind of like a last hurrah, last celebration, if you may, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And with respect to current level on the technical front, we are form a golden cross right now, and this also confirms with this old flag that we see in front of us, right? The flag is basically, if I'm holding the line right here, you see a pole, right? The pole is basically forming right here, and then you see that the flag is facing downward, right? If this was an upward flag, this would be a bear flag, but this is a bull flag because it's pointing downward. And as we squeeze further and further and further and further and further, you could see that it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. I'm not like making stuff up, right? You could see clearly that the consolidation is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And what that means is going to translate into a big surge coming. And I think the surge is actually relatively imminent. I don't know if today is the right catalyst for it, but I think as we sell down probably tomorrow, and then the weekend, possibly, because weekends are typically bearish days. We all collectively have been talking about this, or like observing for, I would say, weeks now, right? That as we get to like by close to end of the year on the 29th, based on the chart. Again, this is just a chart prediction. It's not real, right? This is just what the technical setup looks like. We could be in for a surge coming before New Year's. So that's quite interesting. Bitcoin is very bullish right now. You can see clearly we are at the 50K. So congrats to the ones that bought at the 45 when everybody was screaming, don't buy, don't buy, Bitcoin's going to go to $10,000, right? Again, the technicals never lies, right? People lies, right? And I could be wrong, right? I'm not a wizard. Again, I don't predict the future. Do I know magic at all? I know like a magic trick, right? In terms of a coin trick, I know some cards tricks. But do I know how to make numbers appear out of thin air? No, I do not. I'm not that smart either. So with respect to current level, we are hovering above the $48,000, right? We're at the 50. When as we crack through 50, this is a monumental level, right? This is a relatively substantive level that we have to crack. It seems like we did crack through. But the real level that we know based on the technical is somewhere around like the 51 or 52, right? But the real level that we know is basically somewhere around like the 52,700. That's a very precise level, right? So as we crack and get more bullish momentum, which I believe we could because of this, again, there's a flag going on as well, right? It's basically the same as the one we drew here for Ethereum, but Bitcoin's a little bit more elongated, I guess, right? So this seems like it's going to be a bullish setup going forward. So with respect to Dogecoin, right now reversing because the whole market is reversing. It's not because Dogecoin is up 6% because of by itself, right? So ultimately, again, right, the dip was basically in previous days when we were all panicking. Again, right, when people are driving fear or fear mongering as a whole. When everybody's fearful, you should be greedy, right? And that's, I hope everybody or some people actually bought in when we were at the 15 or 16, right? Now you're up relatively nicely, 6%, more than 6% because we were up yesterday as well. Cardano's up about close to 9%. We are at the 144, apologies. We are at the current resistance level right now. So as we break this, we have a long leap up to 173. And 173 is a big reach, right? You can totally see. We will see some resistance at 155 first because that's the first level, but the real substantive level of consolidation would be 173, right? So that's a big stretch for us. Like, I mean, unless you worked out really hard that you have such high verticals, it's gonna take a lot more inertia to jump up that way, right? So hopefully you guys are being logical and taking some profit in the logical time when we are almost there in terms of being overbought. And Solana is up about close to 4% right now. Again, right, anywhere from 155 to 133 to 113. That was the better dip for us, right? Right now it's cool, but it's running hot, right? Really hot, I would say. And we're still like at the 60 out of 70. So would I be buying now? No, I think again, right, anywhere from 155 when we were there, like literally a couple days ago, that was the dip, right? So hopefully you guys got in and took, and incur logical risk from there. XRP broke $1. Congratulations. You see that everything is coming true on a technical front, right? 78 was the bottom, right? Again, I never changed the chart. You could go watch the video from weeks ago, right? We are at the 62 out of 70, so it's overbought right now. $1 is a critical mark, so as we build that, we're forming new architectural support, which is great. But would I be buying now? No, because I would be buying at the 78 when we were at the dip before, right? Like I kept saying in the past, right? Polkadot is up about close to 4% right now. At the moment, it's at 47 out of 70. So, again, it's not like overbought like the way that all the coins are. But 23 to below is still the better level I would encourage that. Algorand's up about 5%. Same thing, I would say. Anywhere from the 129 to below was still the dip. With a neutral level, we form a golden cross, so that means we would leap up a little bit more. But I would have bought in at a lower level. But in terms of Algorand versus like Polkadot, I would pick Algorand over Polkadot. Shiba Inu is up about close to 8%. Again, right, anywhere from the 2,900 below was the dip, right? But I know like Shiba Inu is one of those meme coins that I don't know how substantive is the long-term value proposition, so I probably just stay away. This is more just like a hype type of thing, rather than something that's like actually corporately or commercially utilized, right? MagTech is currently up about 5.5% right now. We are breaking all-time high, so this is new territory. We're basically in space right now. So I typically don't buy stuff when we're in space, because you have lack of air for you to breathe. That I don't know how sustainable that is. You might just blow up your lungs, just from the gravitational force. If that makes any sense, I hope you get my drift. Right now I wouldn't be touching this. I'll probably wait until we come back down to 175 to 143. Again, right, 175 when we got there, that was the level that I told you guys to incur some risks, right? That was the logical thing based on the technicals. So hopefully you guys actually got in at that level. You guys are killing it right now, like I would say. Probably double your money already, like literally. That's really amazing to see. In AVAX right now, up about 7%. I would say comparable, but we're a little bit lagged in comparisons to MagTech. And right now with the 61 out of 70, but I don't see this going further to break all-time high because the golden cross was formed a while back. So I would see this coming back down again, right, to first level, to 96, right? Because as we crack 100, we might hover a little bit just because people might think the 100 was it, right? But I think 81 to 60 is the better level. Terra or Luna is currently up about 11% right now. We're really, really hot right now. 74 out of 70. We're up in spacers as well. We are approximately try to break again to the all-time high of above 100. We could see clearly how many people sold when we got to the 98, right? So risk is very high. So comparable to other coins that are up in space right now, I would probably just stay away, to be honest with you. And respect to risk management level, these are levels that I identified so far. I made some revisions here and there, so feel free to use this as a reference. Again, this is not a surprise, right? This is something that we've been talking about. It seems like it's coming true because the technical is the fundamental source of the truth, right? It tells you what the market is doing. It tells you how you triangulate accordingly. It's our job to risk mitigate and translate the message accordingly to make the right decisions for ourselves, right? So it's my second one today. Really appreciate you for joining me again on this Thursday. We are almost to Christmas. Christmas Eve is tomorrow, so I look forward to spending some time with the family, and to you guys, my family as well, and friends. Have a good one. Stay safe, and hope to see you guys soon. And stay tuned to the club. Take care.